If you need any Xbox or PlayStation codes or anything gaming related, check the referral links down in the description. They'll take you to g2a.com. They already have a discount on most of their goods already, and with the code CHES at checkout, you can get yourself an extra 3% off as well. Hey guys, how's it going? Ches back again and welcome to episode number 5 of the Golden Oldies Squad Challenge. This is the series we're doing with MGH and CaniSports. If you want to check out their channels, links will be in the description. As always, starting with a squad report, again, continuing. Some players have even grown even more since last time, and others, unfortunately, have started to decrease in stats even more. A few players are unhappy just because they're not getting much first team football, but obviously when I have the option to play my strongest 11, then I will play my strongest 11 as often as possible. So we are doing very well there recently. Unfortunately, the past couple of games that I've had to play myself, we've come away with defeats, which is the difference between myself and the others at present so far to this point. They've been picking up draws and wins, whereas we've been picking up the odd win and a defeat. I'm not really drawing against the CPU too much, but whenever we, sim games like this, we 99% of the time come away with a victory, which is why we are up near the top of the table, and hopefully we will continue to be near the top of the table by the time the end of the series comes. They get Toby Alderweireld sent off here, Southampton, after just 37 minutes, which really isn't going to help their overall game plan, to be completely honest. We were 1-0 up thanks to Ronaldinho's 25th minute opener, and as it stands and as it will finish, it's going to be 2-0 thanks to Danny's 88th minute second goal. So we push into the first game of the CPU, or the first game of the actual played games against the CPU, rather than letting the AI just sim it for me. Starting away from home against Sunderland. Now, obviously, recently, we've had Arsenal and Chelsea and Manchester United, etc. But in this particular month of February, there isn't any massive games that we want to make sure that we play ourselves. So I picked this one away from home at Sunderland. There is an away game against Stoke as well, but we'll have to sim that one. And hopefully we can get 3 points here against Sunderland. It's where I need to step up in this series, and arguably it was where I needed to step up in the previous series as well. The difference is MGH and Chani are just, I've got no problem in admitting it, they're just flat out better than me when playing against the CPU on Legendary. But hopefully we can come away with 3 points here to try and close the gap a little bit. Lichtsteiner into Andres Iniesta across to Klaas-Jan Huntelaar. Good turn, good finish. 2 minutes 22 seconds on the clock when we take a 1-0 lead. Exactly the sort of confidence boost that I needed at that particular moment in time, heading into this one on some dodgy form against the CPU myself. Adam Johnson on the right hand side stands the ball into the box. Defoe trying to wing the header. Brilliant shot and an even better save from Claudio Bravo. The Canio volley from their man in the middle, but I don't know how Bravo's been able to keep that out, to be completely honest, but I'm delighted that he did. Leon Brigcutt is coming down the left hand side for them again, though. They keep aiming for Defoe in the air, which surely isn't the best of options. He's not very tall, but Jack Rodwell's got the ball on the floor here, goes for a nice turn, and again a brilliant save by Claudio Bravo to keep our clean sheet intact. Into the second half we go. It's Boca down the line to Danny, still waiting on a couple of people to come back from injury, including Ashley Cole, John Terry as well. Gabby, though, is going to stand the ball up into the box. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite drop to Huntelaar, but Lichtsteiner has the shot, and Pantilimon slips, but somehow manages to get enough on it to send it around the post and out for a corner, and not a second goal for us. We get picked off here, but it drops straight back to Gabby. Boca is going to try and get a cross in. Actually, it's a very good cross. Can't win the initial header at the near post, but De Rossi knocks it down to Iniesta. Skips past one challenge, has the shot, but Pantilimon again is at full stretch to deny us the opportunity to extend our lead. Now, goal difference isn't probably going to become an issue towards the end of the season, but if we can get some bigger wins, I would like to do so between now and the end of the year. We're still trying to get a second goal here, but Pantilimon is just determined not to let me score, and I had to play that towards the bottom corner on the far side. Unfortunately, Lichtsteiner kind of cut across the ball the wrong way, and it bent away from the post rather than arcing inside the post. But we're still looking for a second with stoppage time coming to a close. So much space on his far side for Danny. Surely he has to put it away. Brilliant last-ditch block by Cedric. Fantastic defending from Sunderland to deny us a second goal. Unfortunately for them, though, we had already scored after 3 minutes. They took a while to get into the game, and we punished them for that. But after that, they were very, very solid. So I was pleased to just get the 3 points in the end. But we have another away game here. Obviously, we're only allowed to play one game per month. We're simming this one away from home against Stoke. Andres Iniesta gives us a good lead, actually, after 13 minutes, which is exactly what you want. Again, against Stoke away from home. You want an early game, an early goal, sorry,
just to kind of set the tone for the game and make sure that you have the early goal and then you can kind of just relax a little bit from there. You don't get panicked towards the end of the game. Boca, though, gets himself sent off in the 84th minute, and that costs us. Eric Peters scores in the 86th to give us a draw against Stoke. I was pretty angry at Boca at that particular moment in time. Luckily for me, though, Ashley Cole came back from injury at just the right time to be able to slot into the first team again for the now banned Boca. We go 1-0 up thanks to Gabby after 10 minutes. They bring it back to 1-1, though, through Bowen after half an hour. And as we head into the second half, Castro's come on for Reyes. We're looking for a winner here. I don't want to draw 2 games in a row. We surely cannot afford to draw 2 games in a row. And Andres Iniesta steps up 13 minutes from time to give us a 2-1 win in that one. I was very, very pleased with that. Unfortunately, though, as you'll see as we scroll across, we've had an injury in training, and Dani Alves is going to be out for 2 months with lateral collateral ligament damage. Thanks, game. That's really going to help me when I've got... I couldn't believe it. I honestly couldn't believe it. We've been quite lucky with injuries so far. We've only had the odd one here and there, and they haven't necessarily been that long, although JT is out for 2 months as well. But now one of our best players and highest rated players, Dani Alves, is going to be out for a 2-month period as well. Now, I'm simming the home game against Arsenal here because we have an away game against Tottenham to play in the next one. But as you could know, I think actually we're at home against Tottenham as well. But these 2 games came 2 days apart from each other. This first one against Arsenal, which we're currently 1-0 down in thanks to Danny Welbeck's opening goal, similar to what happens in the Stoke game. Then Denisov equalises for us, and then immediately Thomas Rosicky goes and scores again for them. So I had the brief delight of thinking, yeah, we're going to get a point, and then it was denied me by the Czech, sadly. But it is at home against Spurs in the next one, and I wanted to make sure that I had my strongest team available for this one, because obviously the game against Arsenal 2 days before, so I played a weaker side in that one, so I could play a stronger side in this one. We are currently second in the league, 7 points behind Chelsea, but with a game in hand. So if we could get a win here against Tottenham, we could close that gap to 4, and we still have to play Chelsea for a second time, I think, this season. So the title is not gone just yet. There's still plenty to play for in the Barclays Premier League. Obviously, Tottenham playing an extremely strong side, as you would have expected. You'll be able to see it on your screen in just a second. Michel Vorm in goal. Got Giovanni Dos Santos up top, so they've brought him back to White Hart Lane from Villarreal. Obviously, in real life, he's gone to LA Galaxy, but on this particular save, he's come to Tottenham. Klaas-Jan Huntelaar, though, involved in the opening 3 minutes yet again. Unfortunately, this time, though, not in a goal, just in the build-up towards a chance. Gabby into Daniele De Rossi. Skips past the challenge really nicely. Great shot and a top save from Michel Vorm. I don't know where Hugo Lloris is. They may have sold him. I think, actually, if my memory serves correctly, he went to Borussia Dortmund at the beginning of the save, but I'm not entirely too sure. Still, though, Michel Vorm is a decent goalkeeper, and we'll have to be at our best to beat him. Just not quite as at our best as we would be if we had to beat Hugo Lloris. Nasser Chadli, though, comes close to giving them a goal to go in front after 13 minutes or so with that header from a corner. But we're down the left-hand side with Danny here. Not really too sure why the defender wasn't able to cut that out there. Just couldn't quite turn back inside quickly enough. Huntelaar's shot is well saved. Iniesta tries to follow up but can't quite get the shot off. It drops to Gabby still on the edge of the box. Just trying to dance past some defenders. There are so many white shirts there. Then the AI completely fall over themselves time and time again. Daniele De Rossi with the turn into the box. Pulls it back across goal. The keeper goes with that stupid animation again. It happened to Pantilimon in the first game. It's happened to De Rossi here. It's happened to me countless times this season in other career modes as well. Most notably recently for Marc-Andre ter Stegen in the Barcelona career mode. It's a ridiculously frustrating animation when it goes against you. When it goes for you, though, you kind of thank your lucky stars that it did. But we were almost 2-0 up there. It was a really unfortunate deflection for us not to be able to squeeze that one into the near post. Giovanni Dos Santos, though, gets it down the line to Eric Lamela here. Lovely cross to the back post. Andros Townsend then hits that back post with his header. 20 minutes from time. We're pushing our luck, trying to stay in the game if we can. You can see from Iraola there, everybody is absolutely shattered in this team right now. The fixture list has been really harsh to us the past few games, and we've not had the chance to get full fitness for 2 or 3 games here, and it cost us at the end of the game. Giovanni Dos Santos, very good finish, and then he celebrates like he's never celebrated before. Sprints on his own back to the halfway line, and we get a draw at home against Spurs thanks to that last-minute goal. I was really disappointed that we weren't able to hold out there, but everybody was so tired at the end of that game. I was struggling so hard just to keep possession, let alone to stop them from creating chances when they had possession. But we got Crystal Palace away from home in the penultimate game of the episode, and again an early goal goal goes in our favour. It's Andres Iniesta after 19 minutes. Franco De Santo, for them, of all players, is getting injured after half an hour. Unfortunately, Klaas-Jan Huntelaar missed a penalty, but then Stefan Lichtsteiner has stepped up just after half-time to give us a 2-0 lead, and 3-0 now thanks to Denisov off the bench for Danny, weirdly. Not really too sure why the CPU would take a CDM onto the pitch and replace a left winger with him, but never mind. We come into the final game at home against Everton. Now, they're obviously a strong side, but they've got Aruna Kone up top. Not Romelu Lukaku, who's on the bench. Kevin Morales is on the bench as well, and they're starting Christian Atsu ahead of him. So it was a weaker Everton side, and I was thinking, well, we could be in here, and we were. 2-0 up after 46 minutes with half an hour to go. The lead is still intact. They eventually start to bring on some of the better players in Morales and Barry, but it's too little too late, unfortunately, for them. It's 2-0 in the last 5 minutes. It's 2-0 at full time, so we get 3 points from that one as well. So we are still third in the table, 3 points behind Chelsea, a single point behind Manchester City, and the next episode will be the final one with gameplay in it, obviously, because we will have the final 2 months in April and May, play the final 8 games, 2 of which will be played by me, the other 6 by the CPU, and hopefully we can win the title here at Queen's Park Rangers. And I'm not sure how we're getting on in comparison with Chani and MGH. I'm going to have to go over to their channels now to see how they got on this particular episode, so you do the same as well. Make sure you spam their comment section with hashtag Team Ches as well, just to make sure that they know that you guys are behind me and not behind them. But I think actually a few people have been going to other people's and saying like Team Ches on theirs, and then coming to mine and saying like Team Chani on mine, and going and putting Team MGH on Chani's. So you guys actually have been showing support on all 3 channels very well indeed throughout the entire series, and I know I speak for all of us when we say we really highly value the appreciation and the support, guys. It's very much very kind of you. So hopefully you guys will continue to show support. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time.